All right, so get ready for today's deep dive. We are diving into this YouTube script all about like technological advancements.
Yeah.
And let me tell you, it it really paints a pretty wild picture of what our future could actually be like.
Yeah.
I'm talking like super smart gadgets.
Yeah.
To get this, the
Yeah.
possibility of us living on Mars.
It definitely gets the imagination going. But before we get too ahead of ourselves and start packing for the red planet,
Yeah.
maybe we should unpack some of the technologies that are already changing the world around us right now.
Okay, yeah, you're right. Let's rewind a little bit. It's easy to kind of get caught up in all the future stuff and kind of forget just how much tech has already evolved, even in our own lifetimes. I mean, like, remember when computers were these massive, clunky things? Dial-up internet, anyone.
Oh, those are the good old days.
Yeah.
But no, but seriously, comparing those early computers to the power that we have literally in our pockets today, it's obvious. We're not just talking about like small improvements here.
Right.
This script makes a really compelling argument that we are in the middle of a technological revolution,
Okay.
similar to the invention of the printing press, or the steam engine.
So we're talking about a whole new era then, like a turning point in human history.
Yeah, potentially. This script highlights technologies like 5G, artificial intelligence, quantum computing, all of which have the power to completely reshape how we live, how we work, how we interact with the entire world.
Wow. Okay. Well, let's dive into one of those then. The script talks a lot about artificial intelligence, AI.
Yeah.
I have to admit, this one both fascinates me and kind of freaks me out a little.
Yeah, it's understandable to have those mixed feelings.
Yeah.
I mean, AI is already so integrated into our lives, often in ways that we don't even realize. Think about all those personalized recommendations that you get on shopping websites.
Right.
Or the facial recognition software that unlocks your phone.
Yeah.
All that, powered by AI.
Yeah. I get the convenience factor. But the script also mentions some, like, kind of scary stuff. Like, could AI eventually become so advanced that it replaces human jobs entirely?
Yeah. That's a question a lot of people are asking. And the script doesn't shy away from that at all. It suggests that while AI will undoubtedly automate certain tasks, it could also create new jobs and opportunities that we can't even fathom right now. Think about it. When the internet first emerged, no one could have predicted the rise of social media managers or YouTubers.
Okay, that's a good point. It's hard to imagine what entirely new jobs AI might create.
Yeah.
But on the flip side, what about the jobs that AI might displace? Like, for example, the script mentions AI being used in healthcare for things like diagnosis.
Yeah.
What happens to doctors then?
That's where things get really interesting. Instead of replacing doctors altogether, imagine a future where AI assists them by, helping them analyze vast amounts of data.
Yeah.
To detect patterns and make diagnoses more quickly and more accurately. It's not about humans versus machines. It's more about how we can get them to work together to achieve better outcomes.
So a collaboration
Yeah.
rather than a competition.
Exactly. But it is, we do have to consider the potential downsides. Like, for instance, if AI diagnostic tools are trained primarily on data from certain demographics, they could accidentally perpetuate existing biases in healthcare.
Oh, that's a really important point. I hadn't even thought about that.
Yeah.
So it's not just about the technology itself, but also how it's developed and implemented.
Exactly. We need to make sure that these tools are used responsibly and ethically, taking into account their impact on every single member of society.
Okay, so AI is clearly a total game changer. But this script also dives into another pretty mind-boggling concept, the Internet of Things, IoT. It sounds like something right out of a sci-fi movie.
It does, doesn't it?
Yeah.
But in reality, IoT is already making its way into our homes. I mean, think smart appliances, connected security systems, even fridges that can order groceries for you.
Wait, what? Fridges that order groceries?
Yeah.
Tell me more about that.
Well, the script doesn't actually get into specifics about grocery ordering fridges, but it does paint a picture of this future where all our devices are interconnected, creating like this seamless network that makes our lives more convenient and efficient.
I see the appeal, but is it really all like sunshine and roses?
That's a valid question. The script definitely leans towards the positive side.
Hmm.
It focuses on the convenience and the potential of IoT to improve safety and energy efficiency.
Hmm.
But let's not forget about potential downsides,
Yeah.
like privacy concerns.
Right.
If all your devices are constantly collecting data, who has access to that information, and how is it being used?
You know what? That's a thought-provoking question. I hadn't even considered the privacy implications of all this connectivity. So we've talked about AI, we've talked about IoT, but the script also mentions something called quantum computing.
Ah, yes. Quantum computing. Now, that's where things get really wild.
Right.
This script describes it as this revolutionary leap in computing power.
It's hard to even imagine what that means in practical terms. It sounds almost too futuristic to even comprehend.
It does, doesn't it? It's kind of like trying to explain the internet to someone who lived 100 years ago. But the script does offer some pretty tantalizing hints. Imagine being able to solve problems in seconds that would take our current computers millions of years to crack.
Okay, now my head is officially spinning. Can you give me like a real world example of what this kind of power could be used for?
Uh, well, one area that the script touches on is drug discovery. So imagine being able to simulate the interactions of millions of molecules to identify potential new drugs,
Uh-huh.
at an unprecedented speed. Or developing new materials with properties that we can't even think of right now.
Wow, those are some pretty incredible possibilities. But the script goes even further than that. It actually suggests that quantum computing could even pave the way for, wait for it, colonizing Mars.
That's definitely one of the more ambitious predictions in the script. And while the idea of humans living on another planet is pretty captivating, it's important to remember that we're still in the very, very early stages of understanding how quantum computing even works.
So maybe we'll hold off on booking that one-way ticket to Mars for now.
Yeah, probably a good idea. But I think the takeaway here is that quantum computing has the potential to unlock solutions to problems that we haven't even thought of yet. It's a technology that could fundamentally alter our understanding of what's even possible.
Okay, I'm starting to see why this script caught your eye. We've gone from like AI assistants to quantum leaps in computing, all in the span of what, 15 minutes?
Yeah, and that's scratching the surface.
Wow.
This script is packed with thought-provoking ideas about the future of technology and how it's going to, reshape our world.
Well, I, for one, am definitely ready to keep exploring these ideas. But before we get too lost in the future, let's bring it back to the present for a moment. This script got me thinking about the skills we'll actually need to thrive in this rapidly evolving world. What do you think?
That's an excellent question to ponder. And it's something that we're going to be exploring a lot more in depth as our deep dive continues. So stay tuned.
All right. Wow. We just covered some pretty mind-blowing stuff, huh? I mean, AI diagnosing patients,
Yeah.
the internet like controlling our homes, and computers so powerful they could unlock the secrets of the universe. I'm starting to think this YouTube script is less about predictions and more like a sneak peek into what's right around the corner.
Yeah, I think that's a great way to put it. It's not just about the technology itself, but the potential it has to transform every single aspect of our lives, from, the mundane to the truly extraordinary.
Okay. So we know that these technologies are powerful, but the script also kind of hints at this bigger question, like what are we actually going to use all this power for?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it?
Yeah.
The script doesn't offer any, easy answers, but it does emphasize that technology should be a tool for solving problems. Yeah. For creating a better future.
So it's not just about cool gadgets and futuristic gizmos.
Right.
It's about using these advancements to address like real world challenges.
Exactly. And the script does highlight some specific examples. For instance, AI could be used to personalize education, tailoring learning plans to individual students' needs and helping them reach their full potential.
That sounds amazing. But wouldn't that require a massive overhaul of the current education system?
It certainly wouldn't be easy, no. But imagine a world where every student had access to personalized learning experiences, regardless of their background or their learning style. That's the kind of transformative potential that these technologies offer.
Okay, yeah. I can see how AI could could totally revolutionize education. What about other areas like healthcare? We talked earlier about the potential for AI to assist with diagnoses.
Right. And the script also suggests that AI could play this, really critical role in drug discovery and developing personalized treatments. Imagine a future where treatments are tailored not just to your specific illness,
Right.
but to your unique, genetic makeup.
So instead of like a one-size-fits-all approach,
Yeah.
healthcare becomes much more like individualized.
Exactly. But it's important to remember that with every technological advancement, there are also potential risks
Right.
and, unintended consequences. For instance, how do we ensure that access to these advanced treatments is equitable
Right.
and not just limited to those who can, afford it?
That's a really crucial point. It seems like every time we talk about a potential benefit, there's also a potential pitfall to consider.
That's why it's so important to have these conversations now. As these technologies are being developed,
Mm-hmm.
we need to think critically about not just what we can do with these tools, but what we should do.
So responsible innovation, right?
Yes.
Not just charging ahead blindly,
Right.
but really considering the ethical implications and potential societal impacts.
Absolutely. And this brings us back to your earlier question uh, about the skills that we'll need to navigate this rapidly evolving world.
Mm.
This script might focus on the technology itself, but it kind of implicitly underscores the importance of human skills,
Okay.
like critical thinking, adaptability, problem solving.
It seems like those skills are going to be more valuable than ever.
Absolutely. In a world that's increasingly influenced by AI and automation, it's our uniquely human qualities
Right.
that are going to set us apart.
So we need to be adaptable, able to learn new skills quickly and comfortable with change. Because, I mean, who knows what this landscape will even look like in 5 or 10 years.
Exactly. And let's not forget about creativity and empathy. Those are skills that no machine can replicate.
Right.
And they'll be absolutely essential for building a future that benefits all of humanity.
Okay. I'm getting the sense that this future is going to require a whole new way of thinking, like a shift in mindset from simply consuming technology to actively shaping how it's actually used.
Yeah. I think that's a great way to summarize it. This script is kind of a call to action.
Okay.
A reminder that we're not just passive observers in this technological revolution.
Mm.
We have this responsibility to engage with these advancements thoughtfully and critically,
Hmm.
and to use our voices to ensure that they're used for good.
It's empowering to think that we have a role to play in shaping the future, but it also feels like a lot of pressure. What if we make the wrong choices?
It's true. There are no easy answers, and we'll probably make mistakes along the way. But that's part of the process. The important thing is that we're having these conversations,
Yeah.
asking these tough questions and working together to try to find solutions.
Well said. I'm starting to realize that navigating this technological revolution is less about predicting the future and more about actually creating it.
And that's a much more exciting proposition, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, absolutely. So where do we go from here? We've discussed the potential benefits and pitfalls of AI, IoT,
Hmm.
even quantum computing. But is that all there is to this script?
Well, there's one more intriguing concept that the script touches upon, the idea of democratizing technology.
Democratizing technology. What does that even mean?
It's the idea that access to technology and its benefits should be available to everyone,
Okay.
regardless of their socioeconomic background, their geographic location, their level of education.
So it's about making technology more inclusive and equitable.
Exactly. The script doesn't really delve deeply into how this could be achieved, but it suggests that it's a really crucial consideration for ensuring that technological advancements truly benefit all of humanity.
Yeah, I can see how that's important. What good is all this amazing technology if it only serves to widen the gap
Right.
between the haves and the have-nots?
Exactly. The future of technology isn't just about groundbreaking inventions. It's also about ensuring that those inventions are used to create a more just and equitable world for everyone.
Okay. I'm seeing a recurring theme here. It's not enough to just develop amazing technologies, but we also need to to think carefully about how they're implemented
Right.
and who has access to them.
That's a crucial takeaway from this script. It's not just about the what of technology, but the who and the how.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm starting to feel like we've only scratched the surface of this script. Are there any other hidden gems we should explore?
Well, I think there's one point that that deserves a little further exploration. The script briefly mentions this concept of uh, democratizing technology,
Right.
making it accessible to everyone, regardless of their background or socioeconomic status.
And that's an important point
Yeah,
because as powerful as these technologies are, they won't truly benefit humanity unless everyone has the opportunity to access and utilize them. It's about bridging the digital divide and ensuring that the benefits of innovation are shared equitably.
it's about empowering individuals and communities to harness the power of technology,
Mm.
to solve their own problems, to create their own opportunities and to build a better future for themselves and for the world. And that I believe is a vision worth striving for.
Absolutely. It's a vision that inspires us to embrace the challenges and opportunities of this technological revolution with a sense of purpose and optimism.
Because the future is not something that just happens to us. You know, it's something we create together.
And with that empowering thought, it's time to wrap up this deep dive. But remember, the conversation doesn't have to end here. We encourage you to continue exploring these ideas, to engage in thoughtful discussions about the role of technology in our lives, and to use your voice to shape a future where innovation truly serves humanity. It's kind of wild, right? I mean, thinking about how much ground we've covered just talking about this YouTube script, from AI doctors to quantum computers that could like rewrite the rules of reality. It's a lot to take in.
Yeah, it really is. And what I find so fascinating is how the script connects these like seemingly far off concepts
Right.
with technologies that are already, influencing our everyday lives.
Exactly. We started talking about like colonizing Mars,
Mhm.
but then we zeroed in on things like personalized education
Mm.
and healthcare. It's almost like the future isn't some distant, destination, but like a series of interconnected steps that are happening right now.
Yeah, and it's happening so fast.
Right.
I mean, think about how much technology has changed in just the past 10 years.
Yeah.
It makes you wonder what the next 10 years will be like.
Yeah.
Like, what will the new normal even be?
That's a question I keep asking myself. Like, what parts of this script will seem, I don't know, commonplace in a few years? Will we even look back and laugh at our current, understanding of AI the same way we laugh at those old clunky computers now?
It's totally possible. I mean, even the internet seemed like this novelty not that long ago, and now it's practically like woven into the fabric of our existence. It's really amazing to think about how these technologies might, become integrated into our lives in ways that we can't even imagine yet.
You know, I'm starting to realize that this script isn't really about predicting the future,
Hmm.
but more about expanding our perception of what's possible.
Yeah, I think that's a really great point. It's about challenging our assumptions
Right.
and being open to new ways of thinking about technology and its role in society as a whole.
Hmm. This whole conversation has been like a roller coaster for me. Excitement, trepidation, wonder. It's made me realize that the future of technology isn't something that just like happens to us.
Hmm.
It's something that we actively shape.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's where the real power lies.
Mm.
This script isn't just some passive observation of trends. It's like a
Mm.
call to action. It encourages us to think critically,
Mm.
to ask those tough questions, and to engage in this really meaningful dialogue about the kind of future that we want to create.
It's both exhilarating and a little bit daunting, right?
Yeah.
I mean, we have these incredible tools at our disposal, but we also have this huge responsibility to use them wisely.
I couldn't agree more. It's definitely a balancing act, embracing the potential, but also being mindful of the pitfalls.
This whole deep dive has certainly given us a lot to think about. It's not just about the cool gadgets or the amazing advancements, but the bigger like implications of how these technologies are going to reshape our world and our lives.
And the choices that we make today
Yeah.
are going to have this ripple effect on the future, right?
Yeah.
It's up to all of us to make sure that technology is used to create a more equitable,
Hmm.
sustainable, and fulfilling world for everyone.
Well said. This deep dive has definitely sparked a lot of questions for me, and I have a feeling that some of them won't have easy answers. But that's okay. It's
Right.
the journey of exploration and discovery that really matters.
Absolutely. The future is like a blank canvas, and we all have a hand in painting it.
And on that note, I think it's time for us to wrap up this deep dive. But I want to encourage you, our listener, to keep questioning, to keep exploring, and to keep imagining all the possibilities out there. The future is